Welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the heart of Texas and the spectacular AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Minnesota Vikings and the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Primetime. On the visitor's sideline, it's the Vikings head man Kevin O'Connell. His team playing exceptional football, 8-2 in their last 10. On the Cowboys side, it's head coach Brian Schottenheimer. His team fell off. On fourth down, the veteran Brian Anger runs a punt for Dallas. Back deep for the Vikings, it's Miles Price. This one fielded beyond the 25. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. He'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
You know, some weeks, Mike, it just seems like you just can't do anything wrong. Every play, every throw, it just seems like everything goes your way. And that was certainly the case last week, throwing for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. And his receivers, they're coming into every game saying, we're going to get a lot of opportunities, and their quarterback can continue to play at that high of a level. There's a lot of production to go around.
That one good for a dozen and a very quick first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Now, faking the give. He'll go right back to Jefferson. They connect again. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. A gain of 18 for number 18. And a first down. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
First down, Minnesota.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That one just too far. In front, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. And it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw yet again. That's to the left side, taken in by Jefferson.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
It's 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
He's got a receiver. It's Addison. And he will have that first down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on fourth down.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Vikings.
Red zone now. He'll drop to throw. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Jefferson.
Second down, they need 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 11-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. He'll be taken down, so we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
That one to the end zone, but incomplete.
Intended for
They let a golden
Jefferson.
opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Mason. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. I would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. To the goal line and in. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown Vikings. 17 touchdowns now on the year.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Play action, he'll set up to throw. Moving left, and he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. We're going to get him down behind the line. Lost once on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Forced out wide. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough. But now a much more advantageous spot. 3rd and a yard. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
And the Vikings first down. A gain of 5. And the Vikings first down.
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They could not hook up on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Vikings football as we begin this second quarter. They've got it with a 2nd down and 10. Back to the air one more time. Here comes the screen to Jones. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start. And a loss of yards on the play.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't...
Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They go.
Now he's just single-handedly taking over this drive, Mike. I mean, they better find a way to neutralize him before he does more damage. Get more bodies on him. Take the protection to him.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught downfield by Jefferson. Still going. And what after the catch. He goes all the way. 97 yards. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That'll be swung out wide to Jones. And he'll be tackled around the 45-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a now. Brian Schottenheimer disagrees on the sideline, and he's going to throw the red challenge flag. What they're looking at here is the spot of the football. Always tricky to get this exactly right, but it only takes a few inches to make a big impact. So slow this down, find a landmark on the field, and determine where the spot should be. So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
Vikings, first down. A gain of 12. First down, Minnesota.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's in! Jalen Naylor. Touchdown, Minnesota. His fourth TD grab of the season. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime
to throw here to begin the drive. To the middle of the field. Taken in by Addison. Trying to work quickly here and put the pressure on the defense. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Escaping the danger. Throwing and completing.
And those numbers tell a lot of the story of this first half, don't they, Mike? I mean, it's easy to see why he was a central piece in this game plan, and he makes another grab there to add to this growing stat line.
And he did a pretty good job trying to get back to the line of scrimmage as he's chased out of bounds.
Little indecision by the quarterback there, Mike. Do I buy time and throw it downfield, or do I tuck it and become a runner? That's what he's thinking. I think he made the final call a little bit too late, and all he could do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down. Back to throw. is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Headed left, behind Tom. Ooh. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
There's that man again, another catch. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20.
That's another.
And as we saw in the first half, Mike, the defense was really unable to do anything to slow him down. He put up some really big numbers there in the first two quarters. Now here in the second half, just doesn't look like they've made many adjustments in the attempt to slow him down.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
To T.J. Hawkinson.
They'll come up here on second down and 5.
Second and 5 at the Cowboys' 14-yard line.
On the ground is Mason. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Vikings first down.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's first and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
And that one is incomplete. Penalty flag down back in the backfield in the area of holding. Now it is first and goal. Maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. Jalen Naylor was the intended receiver that time. And it'll lead to a second and goal. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. This one could be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
It's a loss of 4.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Third and goal.
Here on third and long. He had nowhere to go down the field. The defense is playing real soft. He pulls it down and did all he could, but he's still going to end up.
They'll run. This is Mason. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
15-yard line.
Mike, the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
And that's going to be enough for a first down. We'll move the chains up past the 20.
A gain of 6. And the Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Now, faking the give. Well, here, down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
Intended for
A bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
no
3rd and 10.
And it brings up 3rd down.
And that is incomplete contact, but
Intended
no
for
flags.
Justin Jefferson.
It's going to be 4th down.
I think it's the offense.
Straight ahead with Jones. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 4. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. The throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
He's got his tight end, Hutchinson. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. And with the yardage picked up on that last throw, that's going to move him over 4,000 yards passing for the season. Even in today's age of offense, still a meaningful number for quarterbacks and not an easy plateau to reach. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. Here's 2nd and 2. On the run, Jones begins his 4th quarter. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal. Good running gets them down to about the 2-yard line.
First down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. This one is caught in the end zone for a touchdown for now. There's a penalty flag back in the backfield.
Holding offense.
So holding is the call. Take that touchdown off the board. From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
They'll throw out of the gun.
I tell you from firsthand, Mike, seeing it unfold, runs like this demoralize any defense, and he's been doing it pretty much since the beginning of the game, and they have yet to find an answer for keeping him under wraps. He has run wild from that quarterback position.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. That is caught, and he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Gus Oliver, touchdown Vikings. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
To the air now on 1st and 10. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And his defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he's going to have the 1st down, but we do have a flag on the field, and they are already walking backwards.
Still 3rd down.
Down. They'll set up to throw. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the 1st down.
Vikings, 1st down.
Here you are at the end of the game. You need a stop. You find yourself trailing. You have everybody covered, and the quarterback gets loose. Those are the plays that just kill a defensive coordinator. You're about to force a punt, about to get the ball back to your offense. Give credit to the quarterback. He made a play when they needed it.
And he'll be out of bounds here, and it's only a gain of a yard. From the 25, here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
He'll look to throw. He'll go right back to Jefferson. They connect again. And he'll be taken down at the 40-yard line.
Well, Mike, sometimes we try to make NFL football a lot harder than it is. When you have a reliable target like this, and he just continues to get open, and you realize the defense simply can't cover him, there's no reason to look anywhere else. Not only has he put together a tremendous game statistically, but he's just been flat-out dominant.
Up the middle, here's Jones. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
2nd and 7. A run. And here's Mason. He's got it. That's a 1st down at the cross midfield. And down to the 47-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another Vikings.
And the key to this balanced attack, like the one we're seeing here, Mike, is that everything looks the same. The defense is constantly on their heels as they try to diagnose what play's coming next. That level of unpredictability gives them the edge on any given down.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
43-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go. 70 line, go.
They'll stick with him again. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4. And it leads to 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
That's going to be pretty close. Looked at first glance that he had it in. He does. 1st down.
And that's kind of a double whammy of sorts for this defense. Not only do you not get the 3rd down stop, but now this offense, Mike, they're able to bleed even more clock down with this fresh set of downs.
We'll get it up 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Going back in the backfield. Oh, a loose football. And the Cowboys are going to come away with the football.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. And we show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll be taken down. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not. Things are pretty much spoken for.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Down the sideline. Past the 40. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line.
25 yards on the
Cowboys
play.
going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
27-yard line.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll be taken down. No timeouts left for the defense. That should do it.
And all you can do at this point, Mike, is just really marvel at how well he's been able to run the ball. And throughout the course of the game, they've certainly not been shy in giving it to him. And I think he's held up his side of the bargain.
So it is a win for our visitors, the Vikings, and make that a 5th straight victory as they're looking tougher and tougher to beat every week, especially heading to playoff time. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Arlington.